In the Donetsk region, Ukrainian sniper teams staged a deliberate ambush against a large Russian patrol. Their firing positions were concealed on elevated ground, with clear visibility over the open terrain. As the formation advanced, precise shots broke cohesion and forced soldiers into scattered cover. This ambush demonstrated how Ukrainian snipers, relying on patience and accuracy, can disrupt a numerically larger force by targeting its structure rather than engaging in prolonged exchanges. If you're finding these battlefield insights valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned. More tactical breakdowns are coming your way soon. Near the Eastern Front, 3 Russian soldiers moved into a tree line, unaware of surveillance above. An FPV drone tracked their steps and descended. 1 soldier disappeared from sight. The remaining 2 panicked, breaking formation and running in opposite directions. Precision drone ambushes disrupt concealment and force units into disarray under pressure. 2 Russian soldiers attempted to escape by swimming across a river in the Svatov direction. One had barely made it halfway when an FPV drone locked on and dove directly into his path. The second soldier, still on shore, froze, then turned and ran, but the drone was already closing in. Moments later, another soldier wearing a grass-covered ghillie suit was spotted and eliminated. Then came the trench sweep. FPV drones moved methodically, striking each concealed position one by one without pause. River crossings are now highly vulnerable to drone surveillance and attack. Under the cover of night, a Shahed drone slipped into Ukrainian airspace, but it didn't go unnoticed. A Ukrainian MiG-29 locked on using thermal optics and began pursuit. The drone twisted, trying to escape, but the fighter stayed tight. Then came the bursts, precise, controlled, relentless. Seconds later, the target lost altitude and disappeared from view. Thermal air patrols remain a critical defense against loitering aerial threats. Over an empty field, an FPV drone conducted routine patrol. Its thermal camera picked up a lone Russian soldier moving quickly across open ground. He advanced without awareness of surveillance. The drone held altitude, adjusted course, and descended directly into his path. Ambush drones exploit speed and surprise to neutralize exposed infantry in transit. In a ruined settlement near Donetsk, 3 Russian soldiers gathered under brush cover. An FPV drone used thermal scans to locate them, then descended with precision. The soldiers noticed too late and scattered, but the strike disrupted their formation. Minutes later, another group resting nearby was also targeted and neutralized. Ambush drones deny concealment in urban ruins. Along a contested river crossing, Ukraine's 1st Tank Brigade Pegasus drone unit deployed FPV platforms. A Russian soldier entered the water, attempting to swim across. The first airburst strike fell wide, but the second pushed him off course. Another swimmer tried to cross. Unaware of the surveillance overhead, the FPV drone adjusted, descended, and released ammunition close to his position. A third soldier submerged, hoping to evade detection, but the drone hovered patiently until he surfaced, then struck. Each crossing attempt was systematically denied. FPV drones now dominate riverine routes, turning every crossing into a calculated risk. In the Donetsk direction, Ukraine's National Patrol Police Brigade Predator launched FPV drones. A Russian soldier, moving toward a tree line to rest, was suddenly attacked. Nearby, another infantryman concealed in shallow cover was neutralized seconds later. 2 motorcyclists were tracked in motion. 1 drone dove straight into the rider. The other pursued until impact. Moments later, more infantry hiding near a trench were engaged. Equipment positioned in the open was struck, leaving nothing functional. The operation showed Predator's reach from soldiers on foot to vehicles in motion. All targets were systematically taken out. 2 Russian soldiers rode a motorcycle across open ground. An FPV drone from Ukraine's 82nd Air Assault Brigade closed in. The riders swerved, attempting to evade. The drone adjusted course, struck directly, and neutralized both targets in motion. In the Vovchansk direction, The Merchiki unit of Ukraine's 57th Motorized Brigade deployed fiber optic FPV drones with precision. One drone slipped into a ruined building, locating a Russian soldier asleep inside. Another moved through broken walls and struck 3 men resting on the upper floor. In the nearby forest, drones intercepted soldiers who tried to fight back. Later, others fleeing under a collapsed bridge were also pursued. Each flight showed how drones deny refuge, even in urban ruins. Near Pokrovsk, Russian soldiers moved alongside a logistics truck. An FPV drone circled once, then dived directly into their formation, breaking cohesion. Moments later, additional drones targeted vehicles in the sequence: cars, a buggy, and a supply truck, systematically neutralizing transport assets and disrupting resupply capacity across the route. A pickup truck carried a Russian soldier at speed. An FPV drone followed close behind. The soldier tried to fire back, but the shaking vehicle left him unable to respond. The chase ended quickly. Near a tree line, a Russian soldier moved unaware of thermal surveillance above. An FPV drone released ammunition close to his position, forcing immediate confusion. Moments later, more isolated infantry were tracked and attacked in sequence. Thermal guidance allowed operators to strike moving targets with relentless precision. In the Pokrovsk direction, the Phoenix UAV unit tracked a light vehicle transporting ammunition. An FPV drone descended rapidly, striking the target and disabling both driver and cargo. With one hit, the route was blocked. Precision drone ambushes continue to undermine Russian pressure in Donetsk. On a contested road near Donetsk, FPV pilots of Ukraine's 63rd Mechanized Brigade identified Russian fiber optic drones hidden in ambush. Ukrainian operators launched rapid strikes, neutralizing multiple units before they could activate. A dropped mine was also destroyed. Denying ambush drones protects convoys and secures frontline movement. In the Donetsk region, the BPS Solovey group directed FPV drones toward a house used as shelter. The structure was struck and rendered unusable. Moments later, another bunker was destroyed. These strikes disrupted local defenses as Russian reserves attempted to move into the sector. In the Pokrovsk sector, the Flying Skull unit deployed FPV drones against a convoy. 5 vehicles were struck in sequence, each fire leaving the route blocked. Another target was hit during retreat. Precision ambushes like these degrade mobility and erode the reliability of frontline transport. On September 15, 2025, Ukraine's 137th Marine Battalion call sign Hydra deployed drone-dropped munitions deep in a forested zone. One by one, isolated Russian soldiers were detected using thermal optics and engaged from above. Each strike was silent, fast, and precise. Targets were neutralized without return fire. Night-based drone reconnaissance is reshaping forest warfare. In a wooded sector near Kupyansk, an FPV drone located a concealed Russian dugout. It approached low and struck with precision. Moments later, a logistics truck and a lone soldier nearby were also neutralized. A second dugout, storing equipment, was detected and eliminated. On September 16, 2025, Ukrainian FPV pilots set an ambush along a supply road near Vovchansk. A Russian logistics truck approached, unaware. The drone activated, closed distance, and disabled the vehicle. A second drone delivered a follow-up strike to ensure no recovery was possible. Minutes later, another truck collided head-on with a waiting drone near the tree line. Further inside the forest, a camouflage truck hidden under branches was detected and neutralized. This operation highlights the growing use of FPV drones to disrupt enemy logistics corridors. Near Pokrovsk in Donetsk Oblast, Ukrainian FPV pilots identified a UAZ Bukanka moving toward the front line, loaded with soldiers, ammunition, and fuel. The drone intercepted at low altitude, striking with precision. The vehicle was disabled, supplies destroyed, and movement halted. Neutralizing logistics vehicles cripples both manpower and resupply in contested sectors. Near the Eastern Front, the 414th UAV Brigade, known as Birds of Magwar, tracked Russia's Orion drone. Using FPV interceptors, operators closed distance and struck its frame mid-flight. The Orion, Russia's largest UAV in service, was forced down. Eliminating high-value drones disrupts surveillance and long-range strike capability.